Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to present our data structure and algorithm project. Our project is about clothing order. Next.
Our group member is Muhammad Ikan Firdaus bin Ismail. Second, Muhammad Hanif bin Mat Razmi. Third, Muhammad Aiman bin Ahmad Sadni. And fourth, Ahmad Iqmal bin Mat Ali. And the last, Nagen Teren, anak lelaki Kumar. Okay. First, I will explain about binary search. Okay, binary search is a searching algorithm used in a sort array by repeatedly dividing the search interval in half. Okay, let's see the problem. Given a sort array of an element, write the function to search a given element x in array and return the index of x in array. So we can consider array is zero base index. So the input array is equal to 10, 20, 30, 50, 16, 80, 110, 130, 140 and 170. So we want to search the x equal to 110. So we can get the output will be 6 because the array will start with 0. So at 10 the index is 0, so 20 is index is 1. So until 110 is index is 16. So not 16 but index is in index 6. So okay, also we want okay, next we want to find the array x equal to 175. So at the first we cannot find it because it not appear in our array. So our output will be -1 because it didn't have any value 175 in our array. So okay, next. Okay, binary search algorithm, the basic step to perform binary search are begin with the middle element of the whole array as search key. If the value of the search key is equal to the item, then return index of the search key. Or if the value of the search key is less than the item in the middle of the interval, narrow the interval to the lower half. Otherwise, narrow it to the upper half. Repeatedly the check from the second point until the value is 1 or interval is empty. Okay, next. Okay, let we see our code. Okay, for first, we will declare target equal to integer and allocation wanted to be integer 2. So if size equal to 0, it will say out the output is no order. So if the user didn't have add any product, so this will appear in our output. So else if if user put some product, so this will run. So while index less than size, that's mean so we will declare target equal to integer and location wanted equal to integer 2. So if size equal to 0, that's mean if user didn't add any product, so the output will appear no order. So else the user uh, put some products, so this will be run. So at first while index less than size, so if this index ID that we want to find the ID customer. If it not the target, so it will be repeat until it found at else. So the location wanted will appear the index of the ID. Okay, thank you. Next.
And then the type of sort we are using in our project is the bubble sort. Bubble sort is the simplest sorting algorithm that works by repeatedly swapping the adjacent element if they are in the wrong order. This algorithm is not suitable for large datasets as its average and worst case time complexity is quite high. Next, it is how the bubble sort works. Let's say there are 5 number in array. First, the bubble start with the first 2 elements, comparing them to check whether which one is greater. Let's say the number of 5, 1, 4, 2, 8. Let's check the first number in the set, which is 5. First, number 5 will be compared with the next number to it, which is 1. And from the comparison, we know that 5 is greater than 1. So, the 5 will be moved forward, exchange with the number 1. So, the next set of number will become 1, 5, 4, 2, 8. And then, the number 5 will be swapping with the next number to it, which is 4. And then from between number 4 and 5, 5 is greater. So 5 will be moving forward. And then repeatedly, the 5 will be compared with the next number to it, which is number 2. And between 5 and 2, 5 is greater than 2. So 5 will be moved forward to in front. And then finally, between number 5 and 8, 8 is greater than 5. So it will not exchange. So this is the first iteration. We proceed to the second iteration. For the second iteration, the first number in the set is 1. Between number 1 and 4, 1 is 4 is greater than 1. So it will not exchange. And then we see to the next number, which is 4. 4 will be compare the number in front of it, which is 2. Between 4 and 2, 4 is greater, so 4 will be moving forward. And then next to it, 4. Now we proceed to the second iteration. According to the number set, 1, 4, 2, 5, 8. Between 1 and 4, we know that 4 is greater. So we don't have to change the order. And then we see the next number to 4, which is 2. Between number 4 and 2, is greater than 2. So we will swap the number between 4 and 2 to the next places. So it will become 1, 2, 4. And then when we see the number 4 and 5, we know that the 5 is greater than 4, so we don't have to change the order. So the number set will stay like that. Now the race is already solved, but our algorithm does not know whether it is completed. The algorithm needs one whole pass without any swap to know whether it is solved. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is our code we implementing in our project. So at the order record time, this will be at the order record time for integer I equal to 0, I less than size, and I plus plus. This will be the condition for sorting the amount of order that we have input. And then for integer y equal to 1 plus I plus 1, and y is less than size, and then y plus plus. this is for how many iteration after we have sort the number. And then for if list I quantity less than list Y quantity, this will be determined whether in each iteration the number will be swapping to each other or not.
Okay, now I will demonstrate the code. Okay, first, the option, for example, we choose a one, we insert the order. Next, it will ask the brand, for example, some brand here, and customer ID, and the quantity we want. Alright, and second order, another brand, customer ID, and the quantity. And next, the last order, customer ID, and the quantity we want. Okay. Next, option 2 will display the order that we insert earlier. So you can see the order is 3, the order. And next, we will try the search customer ID. The option is 3, and the customer ID we want to search is, for example, 2. And next, then you can see the search will find the order that we do order earlier. Next, for the option 4, shorting. Okay, this code that we built will be short the order by quantity. The order that have the more quantity will be in the up descending. Okay, next the last option 5 is it. Okay, thank you for showing us. This is the last output that we get after we use this code. Okay, thank you. That's all for our project, our floating order project. Okay, thank you.